with the best grooming products for you. Yes, all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help in your swagger, style, class, and luxury. Make our products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah, so get in style with the black, yeah. Company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. Black, gentleman, black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Hit them with that act reacher. Y'all gonna learn today. I'm a teacher. That act reacher. Get into the
A little loud. Say it again.
Y'all been waiting on this here. Yeah. Shit.
What it do? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, man. This is Usual Suspect 6 boxing convos, or us having a quick boxing talk. You know what I'm saying? Some daytime stuff. You know what I'm saying? For the people out there or whatnot. So salute to everybody for sliding through, you know what I'm saying, showing love. And yeah, man, salute to my brothers for sliding through, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to go ahead and get to it. I got my brother 503 Lion in the building. You know what I'm saying? 503, man, what's going down with you?
Man. Chilling, and enjoying the vibe, enjoying the brothers, man. You know, let's get to it, man. Shouts out to the LDBC, the Usual Suspects, man. And, you know, salute to my brother, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, man. Cadillac Red, let's get it.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And I got my brother iFella, you know what I'm saying, in the building, man. iFella, man, what's going down with you, homie?
What it do, what you saying, what it going, it's your favorite get most hated iFella. Back for the first time on Boxing Convos with the Usual Suspect 6, yes indeed. Afternoon things, you know what I mean, as such, you know what I mean, we are here, you know what I mean, to cook that good boxing talk or whatnot, but yeah, let's get it popping.
Yeah, man, I gotta say it, I always say it, man, it's crazy me watching myself at work, you know what I'm saying? Red, go do something, man. Stop watching yourself, man. Go do some work, man. You know, you get to say stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? with his pre-recorded. But yeah, man. As far as me, man, I feel like it's long overdue that we get to sit down and have these convos without us going, you know what I'm saying, at each other's neck like how we do on the Beltway. I had some questions that I wanted to propose to y'all. And I wanted to see where we stand at with things, man, because things could have changed from back in the day. And I'll start with that right there. Okay, so when my very first video that I put on YouTube on this channel was the title was called To Stream or Not to Stream. We were discussing pay-per-views and should you buy them or shouldn't you buy them. Around that time, a little bit before that time, should I say, the zone was just being established, and they were saying that pay-per-view is dead, and there's no need to pay for pay-per-view anymore. And that was 5 years ago. We fast forward to today, and it's Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? In the zone, having Devin Haney and Canelo and all them fight on pay-per-view over there. So Pay-per-view don't look like it's all the way dead. But I do want to ask y'all, what are y'all thoughts on it? You know what I'm saying? Versus back then pay-per-view to the pay-per-view that we got now. And is it worth it, man? 503, man. Let me start with you, man. A pay-per-view. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it dead? What's your thoughts as a boxing fan on pay-per-view?
That's a good question. My thoughts as a boxing fan on pay-per-view, I feel like it's a dilemma. Yeah. It's a dilemma because you be torn in between the two, to stream or to purchase. But you have to take into accountability of what you're paying for. Now, being a boxing fan is probably the most expensive of all of the sports and entertainment out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to buy pay-per-views, you have to buy tickets to the fights, you have to buy merchandise for your favorite fighter. You know, a lot of these guys are very, very expensive to invest in, right? It's not like football or basketball where, you know, it's on your program on your TV. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to pay for the Super Bowl this weekend. You know what I'm saying? When we watch the NBA Finals and the NBA playoffs, if you have a sports package, you know what I'm saying, on your TV or a Fire Stick on your TV, it's free, right? But in boxing, it's year-round. So you're constantly having to purchase these pay-per-views, and sometimes they might be back-to-back. It might be in 1 week. You know, you might have 2 pay-per-views. That's $200. Then the next month you might have another pay-per-view. That's another $100. And it just keeps recurring, you know, every other month, every other week, right? So back then, you know, in the Floyd Mayweather era and the Mike Tyson era, it was a little bit more simpler because, you know, you only had like HBO or Showtime, and only certain fighters fought, you know what I'm saying, whether it was a Floyd or it was a Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying, some stuff like that. But now, you know, you got the Zone, that's a monthly subscription. You got ESPN Plus, that's the monthly subscription, right? And now you got Amazon Prime, which is another monthly subscription. And on top of all that, you gotta buy the motherfucking fights that they putting on pay-per-view. So the game is all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's oversaturated. You know, you have to pick and choose what fights you gonna buy. And honestly, man, I'm gonna be real, bro. Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu ain't it. I'm sorry. It's not giving, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole take on it, man. To stream or to purchase. Keith Thurman, Tim Tszyu is to stream.
Okay. Fella, let me come to you. It's crazy we having this convo. The very first episode, I gotta go back to it, was the stream or not the stream because of a Keith Thurman fight. So now here we are again with another Keith Thurman fight, asking the same question. Fella, man, let me ask you, pay-per-view, is it good? Is it bad? Is it dead? Is it alive and well? What's your thoughts?
It's alive and well, Red. Pay-per-view. Is the model oversaturated? Yes, indeed. It's oversaturated. You could take it back to when it was really free TV. When you could just plug your TV into the wall and you pick up 3 or 4 stations. I mean, of those 3 or 4 stations in Canada, you'd be lucky to get 2 Canadian channels and 2 American channels, which would be maybe NBC, ABC, or CBS. 2 of those 3. You know what I mean? They used to show championship boxing on NBC way back in the day, as well as CBS and ABC. That's real free TV, watching boxing on free TV. Now we move on to where we're having to pay for cable subscription, where you get a package of terrestrial channels, a package of other type of channels, additional channels, and a package of sports channels. You know what I mean? Whether it's your TSNs in Canada or your ESPN or your Fox Sport, you know what I mean? All that. Well, now we paying for a subscription, so we ain't really getting it for free. We still paying for cable. You know what I mean? But at that time, you were still getting fights with your subscription on channels, you know what I mean, that you weren't paying an extra pay-per-view for. You know what I mean? In that time, when we're getting fights on cable TV, I'll call it, we're getting fights on cable TV, whether it was on the major networks, the NBCs, the CBS's, whether it was on HBO and Showtime. It seemed like the biggest fights were only reserved for pay-per-view. It wasn't everything. Now, moving on to modern times, it seems like all these fights are this model of pay-per-view. There is no networks that are carrying boxing, that are giving us so-called free fights on cable TV. That period is gone and past. Now we're in the era of having apps and subscription. You got the ESPN Plus app, you got the Zone, and now you got Amazon Prime, which conditionally is an app as well. Because I know you can get that. It's programmed in the most smart TVs now, and that's the next kind of evolution of the game with these smart TVs having the you on me, Red? Oh, well, that's the next evolution of the game of having all these smart TVs with the built-in apps, such as the Zone, such as Amazon Prime. In Canada, the app ESPN Plus app ain't built into the TV. You gotta get that yourself or whatever. But you see what it is, though. You know what I mean? In modern times, it's unfortunate that all these fights, whether they're big or whether they're mid-level, Reggie, we're being forced to pay-per-view. So I can understand where 503 is coming from, thinking that, you know what I mean, Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman is trash. It shouldn't be pay-per-view. In other 10 years back, Red, this would have been a great fight on cable TV. An HBO After Dark. Nobody would have complained of this fight being fought at 155 if it was on cable TV, right? But it's not like that. Furthermore, there's no like, we're responsible now for most of the boxing content as far as the news, because none of these networks, none of these apps, except for maybe the Zone, have specialized boxing shows updating the news, interviewing fighters and whatnot. So, the modern era, it's definitely changed back then. It has its pros and its cons, but in a summation, pay-per-view ain't dead, Red.
Okay.
Three.
Okay. Well, to me, right? I'm gonna keep it. I gotta keep it real. The pay-per-view that I grew up on, that 503 was talking about, that Mike Tyson era. People complained about buying pay-per-views back then. I remember my mom and them saying, "Why the fuck is we ordering this fight? It ain't gonna last nothing but 2-3 rounds anyway." Then Mayweather started doing pay-per-view, and I remember motherfuckers ordering the fight saying, "I don't know why I'm ordering this fight. He ain't gonna knock shit out anyway." You know what I'm saying? Then they start putting on these trash fights, and niggas said, "I'm not ordering the pay-per-view. Fuck it." Now, I found it hilarious when the Zone came out and said pay-per-views dead. The way that they said it, the way that they came about the other things, because it was a great motto and a great thought. But that transatlantic deal and all that other shit made it easy for pay-per-view to still stay alive. You would think the way that PBC was throwing out them pay-per-views of them trash ass fights like King Kong Ortiz and Charles Martin, you know what I'm saying? That was pay-per-view. Wasn't King Kong Ortiz and Andy Ruiz pay-per-view too? You know what I'm saying? All those type of fights, they oversaturated the game with them trash ass fights, and that almost killed pay-per-view to me, because them putting them fights out help people find alternatives to get them fights at an all-time high. We streaming it. We on this website. We on that website. Fuck it. We don't care. We doing everything possible but paying. That's what the people started doing. And you would think pay-per-view would die and go away. But then you have fighters that is doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's either being a main attraction or fighting the best fighters in a Tank Davis or a Devin Haney. And you look at their pay-per-view seems like it's alive and well. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, I don't know, man. I look at it like I look at pay-per-view. I don't want to say it, man, because we on daytime and shit. Fuck it, man. I look at pay-per-view like crack cocaine. Don't know, everybody don't like it. And it might be new type of drugs out there and all type of new alternatives for the fiends to get high and all that, but they always come back. It always sells. And that's what fucking pay-per-view is, man. That shit always seem to sell. You know what I'm saying? It always seemed to get going when it man, look. I would think that what the PBC was doing with that pay-per-view all the time shit would have worked if it was good fights. Wrestling do it. Wrestling have a pay-per-view every month. And it don't even be a big event. They used to do that fucking, it'd be the Royal Rumble, then some trash ass pay-per-view next month, in your house type of event. And it'd be good fights though. And they still sell. I thought they would do something like that. These niggas went and ran out of business. So I don't know, man. 503, let me ask you this. With people having all these different alternatives to get fights, right? Do you think price point becomes a factor in these pay-per-views? Are they costing too much? You know what I'm saying? For fights that's not good? Is it a good balance when it's a good fight? What's your thoughts on the price point of these pay-per-views? $75, $80, $55, $60.
Well, if okay, the price point, right? let's use the fight with with Thurman, Tim Tszyu, Francis Ngannou, AJ, and Tyson Fury Usyk, right? All three of these fights are pay-per-views. Now let's price point all three of these fights, right? Starting with the Keith Thurman, Tim Tszyu, right? Now, when you look at this card from top to bottom, you have 2 championship fights with Rolly, Pitbull Cruz, and you have Fundora and this other guy. I can't think of his name. But those are 2 championship fights. Thurman and Tim Tszyu is not going to be sanctioned by the WBO. That's the main event. Okay? People buy pay-per-views for the main event. So since that fight is not even a championship title fight, you should drop the pay-per-views price point in half. That $75 should automatically become $35.99, right? That's just off rip. Okay? It's an okay card. You got 2 championship fights on the undercard, but the main event is not a championship fight. And Keith Thurman, for all the real boxing fans that know, Keith Thurman has been inactive, and he's never fought at 154. You should cut the price point in half and let fans pay $35 to $40 for that fight if they choose to do so. Okay? Look at Francis Ngannou, AJ. That fight right there, that price point should be anywhere from $40 to $60. Okay? Because Anthony Joshua, he does have a name. Francis Ngannou is a crossover UFC fighter turned boxer. He had some success against Tyson Fury, right? You shouldn't overcharge fans for that fight because that's not a championship fight neither. And this is just basically like some Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor shit, but now it's just heavyweights. Okay. Tyson Fury, Usyk. That fucking undercard is horrible. You know what I'm saying? I don't even see them promoting the undercard. I don't even know who's on the undercard. That fight should be anywhere from $40 to $50. You know what I'm saying? The only way that these companies, the Amazons, the top ranked ESPN Pluses, the Zones, the only way you're gonna really be able to charge $75 to $100 is if you stack the undercard, you give me multiple championship fights, and the main event is a championship fight that the fans want to see, like a Tank Davis, Devin Haney, or a Devin Haney versus Shakur, or a Tank Davis versus Shakur, a Canelo versus Crawford. You know what I'm saying? You give me fights like that. You give me Charlo versus Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? That's when you maximize the price point. But if you don't give me those caliber type fights with a stacked undercard, Red, you cannot say, oh, you got to pay $79.99. And if you want it in HD, it's going to be $85.99. Then you got to add up the taxes. You damn near spending anywhere from $80 to $100. No, sir. No, sir. So that's how I gauge the price point. Now, you look at Devin Haney and Loma. That fight was $50. Devin Haney versus Regis, that fight was $50. I can work with that because I'm basically paying to see Devin Haney and Loma. I'll pay $50 for some shit like that. But I'm not paying no $79.99 for no Keith Thurman, Tim Zoo, you got the game fucked up.
Okay. They say that the going rate. They say the going rate for pussy is $40. 503 say he paid $50 for a fight. So you know what I'm saying? Fight got to be good. You know what I'm saying? Anything extra, you better have something on the undercard. Fella, man, let me come to you. What's your thoughts on the price point of these pay-per-views, man? And you out the country, so you could tell us how that shit works out in Canada.
It's even worse. You know what I mean? And I'm coming from the land where we were deprived. See, y'all in America have it so nice when it comes to access to boxing content and watching the fights. 5-10 years back, our only outlet pretty much was TSN. If they decided to buy a fight, from HBO or from Showtime to show it on their telecast. So a lot of Canadian boxing fans got into the habit of streaming. Got into the habit of going on the dark places on the internet, streaming, you know what I mean, in those realms and whatnot. The choppy, buffering type streams and shit. But you made it work. You know what I mean? And you watched that shit. And it came to a point where you watched it where, once again, you were reserved to only the good pay-per-views to, I would invest and buy pay-per-view, buy it in HD, because I don't want to go through all this buffering shit while I'm watching a fight. Or if I'm having a party, we ain't streaming it. No, we gotta buy the real thing. You know what I mean? In modern times now, boxing is, for the boxing fan, it's become the most expensive sport to watch. You know what I mean? When you compare it to other sports, we're being asked to pay for everything now. You know what I mean? And when we look at the price point, let's look at some of the cards that went on last year and whatnot. And what I always criticize is that it was too top heavy. You might have a decent main event, but then the undercards are absolutely trash. There's no under substance. So you're not getting the full meal. You're getting fast food. You know what I mean? You're not getting a nice full course meal, 4-course meal or whatnot. You know what I mean? You're getting some easy digestible food, and by the end of the weekend, you're gonna be hungry for something else, some more boxes. You know what I mean? That type of shit. So, one part of the problem is with these price points is that they need to fill those undercards a little bit better with better fights to make it more attractive to be paying like $79.99 for these pay-per-views, which is pretty much the norm for all of them out here. $50 for Devin Haney and Regis Prograis would have been a major discount in Canada. You know what I mean? That was $80 up here, right? So, add on an extra $10 to $15 when you're talking about a Canadian pay-per-view. So it always gets reserved for the best of the best fights, because we can't be paying shit the way the Saudis are doing it now, man. We gotta pay $80 every 2 weeks. The way they putting together cards and fights, like, bro, that's too much. You know what I mean? Oversaturation, and we're not getting a saturated fight card. So I'm seeing some improvement in 2024, of course, with more fuller fight cards, even with the PBC. Keith Thurman, Tim Tszyu. This inaugural fight card on Amazon Prime was better than the fight card we got at the beginning of the year with King Kong Ortiz and Andy Ruiz. I don't even remember who was on that card at all. It was trash. So slight improvements are being made, but yeah, the price points are horrible, and we're being asked to pay too much week after week after week after week. So streaming, if anything, is more live than pay-per-view.
Okay. Okay. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. As far as price point, I don't really care. Like price point don't really bother me. If it's a fighter that I like and I rock with them and they fighting a fight I wanted to see them fight, or they moving the right way, I'll pay the money. Your undercard could be trash and you could be charging more. I have been known to do that. So I'd be lying if I say that I ain't paying for it. You know what I'm saying? I've been known to do that. But that don't happen all the time. So I look at it like, as long as it's something that the people want to see, then I don't mind. Fights start getting streamed and you hear a whole bunch of stream team shit going around. All that gets to start talking when it's a fight that nobody asked for, and you charging for it. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't, if it's, I've been peer pressured into buying fights that I didn't want to see. Two fighters, they fight, and I don't like them, and then everybody, come on, Reed, because everybody be over here when we watch the, you know what I'm saying? So I put the money up, fuck it, because it was a demand for it. Yeah, but trash fights? No way. No way. No way. No way. So, I don't know. I'm not really one to complain about price point, in my personal opinion, if we getting what we getting. Yeah, I look at it like, I don't care about, if it's something that I want, I don't really look at the price anyway. You know what I'm saying? Some shit I want, if I ain't got the money for it, I start plotting on how I'm gonna get the money for it. So all that don't, at least to me, as long as it's something that I want. I don't really want it, then you know how that goes. All right, man. My next question. Pay-per-view fighter. How do you know a fighter is pay-per-view? Because we got some guys that is pay-per-view in my opinion, and they moving as such, and then you got some guys that think they pay-per-view and they ain't listening to nothing that nobody say. So as a fighter, how would you know that you pay-per-view? 503.
What was the question, Red?
How would a boxer know that he's pay-per-view? Because you got some people out here that think that they pay-per-view and they not. And then you got some people out here that's pay-per-view and they moving units, and people saying, he shouldn't be on pay-per-view. So how do you know?
Well, it's very, very simple.
It's a usual suspect.
You gauge the fighter's status, his ticket sales, his social media following, his viral moments. Does he trend? And basically, are people invested in? Does he have a core fan base? It's not hard, you know. If a fighter is able to sell and, you know, interact with his fans, then, you know, that's how you gauge it to me.
Okay. So what you're saying is, so will Ryan Garcia be considered a pay-per-view star to you?
Well, not to me, because the only time Ryan has ever been on pay-per-view was against Tank. You know what I'm saying? So no. because Tank has a core fan base.
No, I'm just saying you got to have multiple pay-per-views to say that you're a pay-per-view star.
Right. You have to have multiple pay-per-views. You have to have multiple sellouts, and your core fan base has to invest in you. And Ryan Garcia's fan base has not done that. Right. So when you look at a Wilder or a Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Canelo's fan base has invested in him. Wilder's fan base has invested in him. Ryan's fan base has not done that, because in Ryan Garcia's very next fight without Tank Davis, they was giving tickets away half off.
Okay, half off $1. Okay, I feel it, man. Let me come to you. How do you know a fighter's pay-per-view? In your opinion?
It's really hard to say because, like I was saying earlier, the model is oversaturated. So every fighter, in a sense, could be pay-per-view, depending on what network, or not even depending on, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. Do you consider Tim Tszyu a pay-per-view fighter? Because his next fight is going to be on pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, that's what we were saying, like multiple pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? Because Tim Tszyu, see, and that's a great question, I feel. I don't even mean to cut off the cook, but that's a great question because it's like people like Tim Tszyu that's teetering on the edge. Because he could fuck around and do big numbers over there in Australia pay-per-view and some good numbers over here. And because that'll be his first one on the way. You got like 2-3 of them like that.
But he a regional pay-per-view star, Red.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if he'll turn out to be an American or a global pay-per-view star, but to me, what indicate what a pay-per-view star, when you can identify a pay-per-view fighter, is you look at the bars. For me, take all that social media shit and all those numbers away. To me, you look at the bars. If them motherfuckers, for one, speaking from the Canadian perspective, if them motherfuckers is even showing the fight in the bar, for one, you know, it's a pay-per-view fight. For two, if it's really a really big fight, them niggas is charging cover, Red. That's reserved for pay-per-view stars. I mean, I've seen in recent memory, unfortunately, Canelo gets the red carpet treatment with certain bar establishments. They'll play his fights. Tank Davis, his fights get played. You know what I mean? So that to me establishes, I can identify, when these bars are willing to buy the fight, put it on their shit, because they can't just stream. If they stream the fight and get caught, that's a major licensing in a day. So, yeah, to sum it up, if you see the bars playing a big fight, those are pay-per-view fighters right there.
Okay. To me, I agree with our fella. You know what I'm saying? I agree with 503 because you do got to have all those side things popping as well. But I would like to say you have to have done 2 or more pay-per-views. You have to have been the A side headliner to the pay-per-views. And you know, the gate, the numbers, and all that shit gotta look good, not just some rinky-dink shit. And the reason I say that those qualities to me is because you got guys out here that be the champion of the headliner to a pay-per-view and think they're a pay-per-view star when nigga you was the B-side. You was the B-side the whole time. You just happen to be the nigga with the belt. You know what I'm saying? And you sold the fact that you just did a pay-per-view with the nigga that took your belt. You know what I'm saying? And now you doing pay-per-view again and you on the co-main or you the B-side again. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or you the A-side and the shit don't sell. It's a bad gate, bad numbers on pay-per-view and all that shit. All that, you know what I'm saying, to me, count. So if your ass is out here on some old, you know what I'm saying, yeah, nah, I've been on pay-per-view the last 3-4 times I fought. I'm a pay-per-view star. Nigga, no. Stop it. You're not moving no units. Ain't nobody checking for you, you know what I'm saying? And if you was the main event, and if you was thinking you was moving units, we was gonna steal the fight. Gonna get taken because you trying to take people. You like robbing the bank, nigga. We about to get your ass back. I'm just saying. So that's how I look at the shit. Do it a couple times, show me that it's real. You know what I'm saying, and then you know we could discuss you being a pay-per-view star. Okay. I got one real quick. Cause this one breaking news. I wanted to hear your thoughts on this one. This one real good, especially before we get out of here. Okay, so you guys know that we have been the Stream Team 6 for a long time. I have gotten word from authorities that we are to stop streaming fights. It will be no more Stream Team 6. We will be closing it down. The last fight we streamed was going to be the last fight that we streamed. So, give me your thoughts on pay-per-view. No more Stream Team 6 for pay-per-view. But we make content. And I found out that we could get a virtual press pass. So, if I'm not paying for your PPV, I'm a VPP that motherfucker. All right, 503, give me your thoughts, man. No more Stream Team 6, man. We getting virtual press passes. What's your thoughts?
Sound like a winner chicken dinner to me, man. Yeah. You know, that virtual press pass come in handy. You know what I'm saying? It get me in you know, backstage is where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool that they shut down the Stream Team. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But that virtual press pass, ooh, that get back is a motherfucker, man. Oh, and you know, that credential is gonna get me in every backstage I need to be in, that I want to be in. You know what I'm saying? It's needed. It's needed, man. We have changed the landscape, you know, and I think other people are following suit with what we doing. You know, wise man once said, man, follow the innovators and not the imitators. You can't copy respect. That's all I got.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? We gonna see what they doing out here. You know what I'm saying? Because we, you know, that was here, started here. So when you hear niggas running around talking about, oh, I got a press pass, they got a press. Don't tell you what I'm saying. Where you get it from? You know what I'm saying? That's what I fella, man. You've been covering this shit for a long time, man. You've been boxing media for a minute, man. Tell me your thoughts on the death of the stream team and the birth of the virtual press pass.
I mean, it's long overdue. I mean, we've been partying backstage, partying and bullshit for a long time. You know what I mean? But listen, y'all, this is for educational purposes only. For educational purposes only. We gotta get on our grind and shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, the usual suspects just got that content. So I mean, it's only right that the virtual passes, yeah, you know what I mean, get released to the fans, get released to the brothers. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Okay. All right, man. Look, man, I was sad because I've been stream Team 6 and that shit. We done had jerseys made. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing out there. I was trying to get MVP. Things didn't work out. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? No. It's all love. I had to hang the jersey up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on to new ventures. You know what I'm saying? In 503 right, man, getting into certain rooms that you couldn't get into because you were streaming shit. You know what I'm saying? When niggas look down on you when you stream shit. Look at you like you ain't got the money for, like you not standing for something. So, you know, let's get away from that. You know what I'm saying? Let's clean it up. And I hollered at the companies, you know what I'm saying, and show them it's the same way you fill out for regular press passes. You just fill out for a virtual one. You know what I'm saying? They send that shit back to you and everything good to go. And yeah. And that's what it is. So that's what it's gonna be, man. Shout out to all of the parties that's contributing in the boxing. That's, you know what I'm saying, contributing to the boxing media. You know what I'm saying? The team, man.
Yeah, His Excellency sent it quick. He sent that shit back quick.
Did he? He was like, you know what I'm saying, one of the first ones on board. You know what I'm saying? And everybody be talking that shit. I told y'all. See, I'm probably gonna get me started, man. You know what I'm saying? I like my turkey sandwiches. First off, I like excellent turkey. I don't like none of that job shit. I like excellent turkey. You know what I'm saying? And I like my sandwiches a la chic. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, now you know, man. So,
I don't know if this gonna taste real good, Red. Let me hit you with this though.
Okay.
Because AJ versus Ngannou, which is coming up. That's on a Friday, Red. That is on a Friday. And if they keep that fight on UK time, does that mean that fight's gonna go on during the Beltway?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
But I mean, that's fucked up, though.
We gonna figure that one out. We'll figure that. We might have to do a Thursday episode. We'll work something out, man. We're gonna see.
Unprecedented Friday afternoon boxing, bro.
Yeah.
Like niggas on the way home and shit, and they got the fights on, bro.
That's what I said. We definitely gonna cover that one though. We definitely gonna cover that one.
I think His Excellency might be out of pocket with that one.
And it's pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we'll figure it out though. I have, without a shadow of a doubt, that we'll get that done, man. That's small things, man. That's small things. All right, man. Let's go ahead. You know what I'm saying? We can wrap it up. Go ahead and get out of here. 503, you got something for the people? You got some news for the people? You know what I'm saying? Anything for the people before we get out of here?
No news right now for the people. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I know my boy Tiafimo is on his young Bruce Lee right now. You know what I'm saying? And he's like water. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, y'all be on the lookout, man. We gonna be flooding the streets with this content. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be sure to check out the content right after 78. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's me on 503 Line or Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, man. You understand? That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our fella, man. First one, man. First US6 boxing combos, man. What you got, man?
It's a usual suspect day.
Our fella, you there? Oh, there you go.
My bad. Indeed, yeah. I mean, looking forward to getting the next convo in. If y'all know what it is, make sure y'all tap in usualsuspect6.com to catch all of our boxing links and boxing content. Of course, we got the pound for pound rankings and whatnot. Shout out to Drew Titan. It's up on his platform. It was a Monday morning. He broke down the pound for pound list and whatnot. So yeah, tap into that usualsuspect6.com. Shop usualsuspect6.com. Get all your latest drip. LDDC based. Y'all know what it is. So TWR presents. My channel on YouTube as well. Like and subscribe. We gonna be having some more content. Talking to Red behind the scenes, and I'm looking into putting some more boxing video content, bringing out the upcoming fights. Nothing. I ain't gonna be talking about what ifs, like, you know what I mean? That's X thing, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna be talking about fights that are set in stone, you know what I mean, and get y'all prepared. So if y'all the motherfuckers that like to place some bets, yeah, I mean, you get the critical information for these here videos, you know what I mean? So yeah, be on the lookout for that on TWR Present.
Okay. And as far as me, man, salute to the chat, man. Sliding through, rocking with us, man. First one, we're gonna see how this shit work out. We're gonna try to drop content after 7-8, you know what I'm saying? Like 503 said, it's gonna be on his channel or over here. So, you know, just look forward to us, man. We'll definitely let the family know, get the schedule right, you know what I'm saying? That way y'all could tune in. And yeah, man, it's been a good one, man. Salute once again, salute to the chat, sliding through, rocking with us, man. Where we at with it? There we go, man. Salute to the mighty LDBC. It's the usual suspect ting. You know what I'm saying? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, man. US6 boxing combos, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute, though. One.
Hit 'em with that act reacher. Y'all gonna learn today. I'm a teacher. That act reacher. Get into the
A little loud. Say it again.
Y'all been waiting on this here. Yeah.